Okay, I have all these veggies that I have cut up left over from making my Thanksgiving dressing. So I went through my cabinet to figure out what I could make with all of this before everything went bad. And I have everything in my cabinet to make some simple, quick and easy chili. Let's go make it. I'm shocked that I had everything I needed in my cabinet. Well, basically everything. The only thing I didn't have was ground beef. So I had to run to the store to get that. But everything else is kind of staples that I normally have in my pantry, so it worked out. Now I have a super bougie version of chili that I make that has a ton more ingredients and a bunch of different types of meat. But this, again, is a simple, quick version that you can make with usually stuff that you already have. I'm gonna go rinse my pinto beans. You need 3 cups. Oh my gosh, I totally forgot to tell you the best part. It's all going in the crock pot, so I'm just gonna toss everything together, let it sit, and it'll be ready by dinner time. Woo! You've gotta love a recipe where all you have to do is throw everything in one pot and it turns out perfectly. 3 cups of dried pinto beans. 1.5 pounds of ground beef. I just got whatever was on sale. 1 can of diced tomatoes. Normally I would add a can of tomato sauce, but I don't have tomato sauce in my cabinet, so I'm just gonna do about a tablespoon-ish of tomato paste, and that'll hopefully work. 1 large green bell pepper. Again, this is left over from Thanksgiving chopping, so I'm just gonna eyeball it here. Sure. I mean, I might as well use the rest of it, why not? 1 medium onion, I'm using white. Again, eyeballing, it's probably a cup, 3/4 of a cup, who knows? 3-ish, 4-ish ribs of celery. Now, there's no reason to put 2 types of bell pepper in here, but I already have these chopped and I don't want them to go bad, so I'm also gonna add some red bell pepper into this bad boy. We'll use the rest for omelets in the morning or something cool. 1.5 teaspoons of Lawry's or any other seasoning salt that you have. 1/2 teaspoon of ground pepper. 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. 1 teaspoon of onion powder. 2.5 teaspoons of chili powder. I forgot to mention that this isn't the only time I add these seasonings. I will continue to add a layer of all these seasonings throughout the cooking process to make sure that the end result is super flavorful. Okay, now I would normally add 4 cups of chicken broth. Ooh. But again, this is leftover Thanksgiving stuff, so I made some homemade turkey broth for the stuffing, and we're just gonna add that into our chili. 4 cups. Now I'm just gonna mix everything together, and I'm gonna turn this on high and cook it for about 4 hours. I would stir it occasionally as it's cooking just to make sure all the ground beef is chopped up. Thank goodness I ended up finding some tomato sauce. It did not look right without it, and I know it wouldn't have tasted right without it. Pour in some tomato sauce. Now we're looking like chili. Prep the toppings of your choice. I'm just gonna shred some cheddar cheese here, and I also baked some cornbread because it just doesn't feel right eating chili without cornbread. By the way, these are my favorite soup bowls. They come with the top plate, so you can put a sandwich or bread on the side. They're from Crate and Barrel. Feel free to also add fresh onion or sour cream or hot sauce, whatever you want, but this is how I eat mine. Bon appetit.